Look out, it's the Wiggler. Oh no, there's the Diddler. Bow, 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 bow. All right, so hey, we're gonna have some fun here. All right, I've been feeling a little bleak. All right, but Sean, the Diddler, nice try, Diddy. Combs being held at the same New York City federal lockup as crypto crook Sam Bankman-Fried. Sammy boy, pray you never drop that soap. There could be a freak off, and P. Diddy might pay you a visit. Look, hey, we live in hilarious, interesting times, okay? So first of all, okay, so let's talk about this. Disgraced music mogul, Sean, the Diddler Combs, who is facing federal trafficking and racketeering raps, is sharing the space with crypto crook Sam Bankman-Fried in Brooklyn's federal lockup. Those two in the same area was not on my bingo card. Sammy, I'm a little worried for you, buddy. Both high-profile inmates are in the same unit at the Metropolitan Detention Center, which, by the way, you know, what do Sam Bankman-Fried and P. Diddy have in common? They were very close to Democratic lawmakers. You know who was also close to a lot of lawmakers? First name Jeffrey, last name E. You know, surprisingly, I remember the story about Jeffrey E. You know, he was in like this federal institution, you know, locked up, all secure. Nothing could happen to him. And boy, did he have a lot of dirt on a lot of people. You know, he could have been a whistleblower. He could have been one of those people. He could have been. But surprisingly, the power went out. The two guards watching him were taking a nap. And then somehow he hanged himself, even though it looks like he was strangled. Nothing suspicious there. And P. Diddy has been accused of not only having video and audio recordings of famous celebrities, catching them in some awkward positions, no pun intended, you know, probably also very close to a lot of scummy politicians too. I mean, heaven forbid something could happen to P. Diddy. Oh, wait, also, by the way, don't forget Sam Bankman-Fried. You know, if you look into that guy, oh, he gave money to everybody, including Republican lawmakers, but he did that on the slide. If you ever look into Sam Bankman-Fried, I mean, that boy was destined for failure. The fact that he made FTX what it was, and then at the same time, too, had a stadium named after his company, says so much. Maybe we truly are going to end up like Rum. Federal prison officials are mum on further details of their incarceration. Oh my goodness. And by the way, Sammy boy was smacked with a 25-year prison sentence. 25 years. 25 years in the can. 20 years in the can, I did. How many years did Phil Leotardo stay in the can? I don't know. Never heard a peep from him. He never talked about it. If you got the reference, I love you. For privacy, safety, and security reasons, the Federal Bureau of Prisons does not provide information about conditions of confinement, including housing assignments or internal security practices for any particular incarcerated individual. Boy, I'm pretty sure the ghost of Jeffrey E. is wondering, oh, really? Then what happened to me? Continue on. The pair on the same barrack-style wing of the jail, which houses 18 to 20 inmates who need a higher level of security, according to NBC New York. Somewhere out there, the ghost of Jeffrey E. is wondering, oh, higher level of security. That would have been nice. Others in the unit include government snitches. It was Trey. Who would be in danger in general population? The Brooklyn facility has been the only federal holding center in New York City since the Metropolitan Correction Center in Manhattan was shuttered in 2021. I see there. Combs, 54, was arrested at a Big Apple hotel last week and charged with racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation for the purpose of, well, illicit activities. So there you go. That's what I could say here without getting hit by the YouTubes. The Bad Boy Records founder was ordered held without bail after federal prosecutors argued he was an extreme danger to the community. Tupac, we shall avenge you. Tupac, Biggie, you shall be avenged. I swear it. I swear it. To no surprise, the diddler pleaded not guilty to the charges, of course. And his lawyer, Mark Aglifio, suggested at a hearing last week that he would push Combs to be transferred to the Essex County Correctional Facility in New Jersey, but backtracked Monday. At this point, there is no request from counsel that the court take any action, he said. Sources also dismissed earlier reports that Combs was on self-deletion watch. I see. Meanwhile, Bankman-Fried it was 32, by the way, 25 years. So that means when he walks out, he'll be 57 years old. You'll be an old man, boyo. Is at the Brooklyn facility pending his appeal after he was found guilty of fraud in November and sentenced to 25 years in March for one of the largest fraud scandals in U.S. history. Prosecutors argued that the crypto cheat and other top executives at his firm stole $8 billion from customer accounts on the FTX exchange to make risky investments, make illegal campaign contributions to mostly Democrats, and buy ritzy Caribbean properties and even bribe Chinese official Xi Jinping. Say it ain't so. Bankman-Fried's former lover. Oh, God. Those two. Ay. Putting that image in my head is very nauseating. Bankman-Fried's former lover and top executive at FTX, Caroline Elson, who testified against her ex, was sentenced to 2 years Tuesday, with prosecutors asking for leniency due to her cooperations. The Brooklyn federal lockup has housed other high-profile inmates, including fallen pop star R. Kelly and Jeffrey cohort Ghislaine Maxwell. So I want to pull up this right here because, first of all, huge shout out to Nico House as well. Because there's more details about the diddler. Because this story is only going to continue to expand. Because I do have to wonder if Puff Daddy will rat. Maybe he will, maybe he won't.
Most of you all know by now that P. Diddy has been arrested for crimes, including sex trafficking. And as interesting as that may be, there's something else that needs to be discussed that has not yet been addressed. Because although P. Diddy being arrested might be recent, it's the worst kept secret in Hollywood and elitist circles, the way that P. Diddy behaved. I mean, everybody knows about Diddy's parties. So I just find it interesting that politicians like Kamala Harris, who actually lived in California where Diddy lived, and even used to run in the same circles as Diddy, constantly use Diddy.
Skipster on Kick, you wrote Diddycrats. Just because you're in the Kick live stream chat doesn't mean I'm not going to send you to the White House counselor. How could you come up with a name like that? The Diddycrats. What's wrong with you? Okay, that's actually pretty freaking funny. But still, get up and go see the White House counselor. The Diddycrats. I wish I came up with that. I wish I did. I give full credit. Skipster on Kick. That was funny. That was really funny. But now get up and go see the White House counselor.
To uplift their political platform, they used him to fundraise. In this particular instance, he actually hosted a town hall for Kamala Harris. In 2004, many of you all might remember P. Diddy actually went to Chicago in order to interview Barack Obama while he was running for his Senate campaign. It was part of his popular vote or die movement. And of course, we all know he went hard in the paint for Barack Obama in 2008 as well. Now, even in 2020, he came out and endorsed Joe Biden and then put the onus on him using his celebrity to get Kamala Harris selected as a vice president. And once again, I should make sure to mention in this particular case, Diddy's relationships seem to be exclusively with Democrats.
Case in point, the Diddycrats. You know what? Hey, listen, people. Spread the word. The Democrats have a name change. We're calling them the Diddycrats now. Skipster, I give full credit to you. May it go viral and burn like wildfire.
Why is this important? Because Democrats, specifically ones like Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and others, and the liberal media, love to point out that anybody and everybody is guilty by association just from appearing in a picture with somebody they don't like. But that standard only seems to be applied one way. For example, liberals always love to bring up this picture of Jill Stein sitting at the same table as Putin, despite the fact that she made it clear that this is a conference and that she was there to discuss peace, unity, and protecting the environment. But doesn't matter.
Plus, I wouldn't be talking to Putin because after all, he stole a Super Bowl ring. You know, if you got that fancy jewelry, you're gonna end up like old man on The Wire. You know, when Marlo took his ring from him. That's Putin did the same thing to that Super Bowl exec. I forget which president. I think it was the president of the not New York, Boston Patriots. Why did I say New York? I'm gonna get canceled by so many people now. Yeah. Anyways, the guy was the Patriots. The guy who owned the Patriots showed Putin his ring, and Putin kept it. Don't talk to Putin if you're wearing fancy jewelry. It'll be like, hey, I want that.
They still believe she's a Putin puppet. And we don't even know what the hell that means, really. But that's what they say, and therefore everyone should dislike her, according to Democrats. But whenever they see Hillary smiling while shaking hands with Putin in this particular picture, no liberals seem to care. Liberals see a picture with Trump and Epstein, and they assume that Trump was guilty of everything that the politicians who've been associated with Epstein are guilty of. I mean, this picture gets thrown around the internet once a week. But while Hillary Clinton was running for office, this photo didn't make its rounds, nor did Democrats care to bring it up. Or what about Harvey Weinstein, who is one of the largest and most prominent donors to the Democratic Party, who held fundraisers in his personal home for both Obama and Hillary Clinton in major Democratic Party campaigns dating all the way back to the 1990s. We did not.
Torwin, you get out of here. Torwin, get up and go see the White House counselor.
Not hear not one single time the Democrats wholesale condemn anyone and everyone who was associated with Harvey Weinstein, despite the fact that everyone in Hollywood knew exactly who he was. My point is, the double standard is glaring. Liberals and Democrats pretend to be the party of morality. They pretend to be the moral compass of politics. They pretend that they represent the soul of our nation. But the reality is, everything that they accuse the GOP of being guilty of, the Democrats are normally guilty of as well, and usually more so, if I'm being completely honest. And in the case of Diddy, those who knew and have spoken about it constantly for years have come out once again to remind people that they have been blowing the whistle on Diddy. But these politicians who...
Now, you want to know who also been calling out P. Diddy too? And I saw this fantastic documentary video. In fact, you know what? Hold on. Let me go see if I could find it here. But real quick, Puff Daddy was called out by 50 Cent so many times throughout the past. I mean, it is absolutely incredible, the takedown in which 50 Cent did towards Puff Daddy. But another issue too to bring up is that so many times did people give a warning about how sick Hollywood is. The whole entertainment industry is. You know, I've known my fair share of people, struggling musicians or people trying to get into radio or television who have unfortunately, during their time in California, fell prey to malicious, evil people. And the thing is, Hollywood, it seems to be like the overall system requirement there. You have to be an abuser. You have to be a sick person to make it into that environment. So everybody knew about Weinstein. Everybody knew. Anybody in power knew about Weinstein. Everybody in power knew about Jeffrey E. And yeah, same thing applies to Sean Puffy Combs, the diddler. But did any of those heroes, those actors, those actresses, those movie directors, those politicians, those business tycoons, these people of high society, did they get on their white horse, put on their shiny armor, and save the day and say, we must stop this evil person? No, they didn't. No, they did not. They all knew. They all knew and chose to keep the system going. And by the way, folks, there's always another person waiting in the wings.
Probably 100% knew exactly what Diddy was about and what he was up to, have nothing to say since these charges were put on Diddy. And I just found that to be interesting because they could come out and condemn Diddy. They could come out and say they knew nothing about it, but it's almost as if they don't want him to come out and say, you're lying. You knew everything I was doing because you might have been one of those people participating in some of those famous Diddy parties.
I don't think it's only celebrities going to be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there. He also had a couple of preachers in there.
Oh, heaven forbid a preacher would stray from God. Never once ever would a politician, a preacher, a celebrity, business tycoons would ever fall to chaos. I mean, all those, that whole pile of booger sugar, all the women, all that baby oil. I mean, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I mean, Jesus Christ, 1,000. What are you doing? I mean, is Puff Daddy is a diddler trying to corner the market on baby oil? What are you trying to do, P. Diddy? What are you trying to do, man? I mean, listen, if the U.S. government heard that you had all that oil, I mean, there would have been tanks, soldiers knocking down your house door just to get that oil, man.
You personally, you think they got tapes?
They got them. They got tapes and stuff.
Now, if Diddy had tapes, the feds have them. That's a lot of blackmail.
So the same way they be on Joe.
Holy cow, man! The check goes by so fast sometimes. I'm so glad that I could find it because you guys are just being brutal. You guys and gals. Problematic Post says, Suge Knight looks like a choir boy now. Suge Knight's out there probably like, yo, man, this is some effed up stuff. Hey, Suge Knight and the Diddler are before the pearly gates. The gates open. The angels sing. The choir is so loud. And Archangel Michael comes and says, Suge Knight, you're welcome in. Diddler, hell doesn't want you either, okay? We need you to go as far away from this dimension as possible. Suge Knight looks like a choir boy. Holy cow. Ah, man, my audience. My audience is just absolutely beautiful.
Bill Stein's neck and Trump's neck and everybody's neck whenever someone has a picture with somebody the Democrats don't like. I want them to have that same energy in this Diddy situation. Go step on Obama's neck. Go step on Kamala's neck. Make sure you condemn Diddy. Condemn Diddy. Give back all the money because that's what y'all would do for everybody else, right?
Mastermind Hour, get up and go see the White House counselor. Diddler and Boeing, not concerned with what is used for lube. Get up, and speak to Wendy Carballo and tell her what you just said. Shame on you.
So keep that same energy for your liberal friends.
So what can we learn here, folks? Well, I just want to share this with you guys, okay? This is a video. It's an hour and 26 minutes long. 50 Cent's 20-year plot to destroy Diddy. Now, I can't play it because there'll probably be some copyright stuff on here, but this is from Trap Lore Ross. And if you want to just see why you should never make 50 Cent your enemy, this is it right here. This is it right here, okay? And I'll be sure to share the link in the live stream chat. But my goodness, folks, listen. This is only the beginning. I'm pretty sure there are tapes, and the federales have them. I'm pretty sure there are photographs, and the federales have them. I'm pretty sure there's audio recordings, and the federales have them, okay? But Hollywood and DC, they're both piles of crap. They're cesspools filled with the most vile people in the world. But for the time being, at least Puff Daddy, at least is in some good company, and he gets some good economic advice from Sam Bankman-Fried. I mean, they're going to have a lot of time together. I don't know what they'll do, But if I was Sammy Boy, I'd keep one eye open because you never know when. Look out! It's the diddler. Here it comes! It's the diddler. Bow, 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 bow. All right, am I being too mean? Yes, absolutely. But my audience is being mean too. My audience in the live stream chat are being mean too. Yes, that's right. I'm pointing the blame on my audience. My audience, where have you learned to talk like this? Some of your jokes just go too far.